know, we did it. What a wacky thing. I had texted Natalie for water a few minutes ago.
She brought it.
Good. All right, children who are becoming B'nai Mitzvah. It is time.
Wait, that's me. Children?
We have to sing Hinei Ma Tov. I want to remind you that you go first, or how good it is. And I go, how good it is. You're the leader.
And then I'm going to do, after that, I'm going to do introduction and then introduce Eloheinu Shema. Right?
And then you're the boss. You're in
remember.
charge through Yisrael.
Where are you looking? Your handles. Okay. And where are you smiling? Okay. And we're going to clap at, like, you know, certain songs and things like that. And we're going to go destroy this service.
And we're already 2 minutes late. So,
Let's go do it.
We want to have a party? Let's go.
No.
Slow.
Here's it. Slow.
2 tips. Point to your words. If you follow with your fingers, you can look up and know that when you look back down, you're going to know exactly where you are. And slow.
Every period is a breath. Every comment is a breath. Let's go.
Let's go, guys.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is wonderful to see all of you. It looks like the sun actually came out. We were hoping that we could show off Charlotte well to all the people who are from everywhere across the country, and it's going to happen, I think, at least for a little while. It is wonderful to see all of you here. We have a variety of people who are watching Shabbat morning services, who are at home and in hospital rooms around the country, really. And there are 2 cameras that are right in the back. And we're going to say Shabbat Shalom and welcome all of them here. So if you'll turn around in your chairs, wave to the cameras and say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
That was fantastic. And that's also a good opportunity to say Shabbat Shalom to the people to the north, the south, the east, the west, in every single direction. So turn in every direction. Welcome one another here into our congregation. We have a unique opportunity this morning to be in a space and to create a wonderful Shabbat experience. We've already said Shabbat Shalom. The word Shabbat in our Jewish tradition reminds us of the story of creation, that for 6 days God created, and on the 7th day God had Shabbat and ceased from work and saw that what was good. And of course, the word Shalom is our people's greatest prayer. It's our people's greatest aspiration and hope. And so we like to have a parenthetical pause to our week to allow the outside world to be the outside world and to give ourselves the unique opportunity of having this oasis in time, this oasis in space, to be here and to be with one another. And so your phones have on them this amazing thing. We call it Shabbat mode. The airline industry borrowed it from us, and it looks like an airplane. So we want to invite you to put it onto airplane or Shabbat mode, however you want to call it, to let the outside world be the outside world, to be here present in this space. Now, our service this morning is going to be conducted and led by Lyla and Sam, and it is a Shabbat morning service. They're going to lead our regular Temple Bethel Shabbat morning service. It is not a performance. It is a participatory experience, right? And so we want you to participate along. Now, to help guide you in that way, underneath your seats is a blue prayer book. And you can take out your blue prayer book. Amazing. And in addition to the prayer book, we have also screens that also have the words of everything that we're going to be saying on the screen. So you can use a prayer book, you can use your screens. I happen to be tactile and like to have things in my hands. Some people like to watch the screens, and that whatever you want to do is A-okay with us. But here's the thing. It is possible that we're going to say prayers that you've never said before, or that you don't know the Hebrew for. There's transliteration, you can participate. We might sing tunes that you've never heard. You can listen to it for a little while and then sing along, or sing, Yada Dai, which is a very Jewish way of participating without totally participating. And so we want you to participate entirely with us as Sam and Lyla lead the service this morning. But in addition to that, it's also true that every once in a while, people get lost. Now, on the screens, on the lower right-hand side of the screen, you will see a page number, and that is the page number where we're at. But if you find yourself getting lost, chances are, if you turn the page, that's where we are at. It's a deep Jewish secret. Turn the page, and you will get there. All right? So this morning, we begin our services with a prayer that helps us to think about the gift of our bodies and our souls. Right? The fact that we have woken up this morning, our bodies are working. Okay. Thank God. Right? How beautiful that is. And to thank God for the souls that we have. So we're going to continue with the words of Elohai Neshama.
Elohai, Elohai, Neshama. Elohai, Elohai, Neshama. Shenata tabi, Tehorahi, Tehorahi. Ata. Just a few minutes ago when we started the service, we sang Hine Matov. The Hebrew text of Hine Matov comes from Psalm 133. The version is upbeat, happy, easy to learn, and even features some English. It's one of my favorite prayers because of the melody, the energetic rhythm, and that we clap when we sing it. It was really fun to sing Hine Matov with everyone this morning, and I'm glad that you all joined in. One of the things that stands out to me about this prayer is that it says it's good and pleasant when brothers and sisters dwell together. This text uses the term brothers and sisters to mean everyone, and that it's nice that we're all here together. However, when I sing this prayer, I think about my own brother and sister. Sometimes my siblings and I don't get along. We might yell at each other or take things that don't belong to us or not do simple things for each other like close a door when we ask. This is just a part of being siblings. However, sometimes things are really wonderful. When we do get along, which is rare, we are making amazing memories, like being on the trampoline, in the pool, or even just watching TV. We know that we love each other in the awesome moments and even when we're getting on each other's nerves. Whether it's your siblings, friends, classmates, or coworkers, we should enjoy the people we spend our time with and remember to make happy memories wherever we can.
Later on in the service, we will sing Mi Shabbat. This is a prayer that is offered for those in need of healing. We pray for safety, security, and well-being for anyone as we sing the words of the prayer, whether they are family, friends, or even people we don't know. When we offer this prayer, we are not just thinking about people who are sick, but really people who are going through anything challenging. When we think about healing, we recognize that something might seem small to us on the outside, but for the person experiencing it, it might be really big. Mi Shabbat helps us to think about what other people are going through in the world. One thing I find interesting about praying the Mi Shabbat is that it helps us to realize that other people are going through difficult situations, like those in Ukraine. While we wish for healing and safety for those experiencing war, famine, and other hardships, we also recognize how lucky we are to be safe with love and family surrounding us. I believe that praying the words of Mi Shabbat is how we let Adonai know that we want healing, and for those we love and care about. We are all human beings. We have feelings, and illness, and struggle, and hurt. When we pray, we bring to God our deepest feelings, our most important thoughts, and hope that they help to make a difference. Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Yotzer or uvarei hoshe, Oseh shalom uvarei et hakol, Hameir la'aretz, V'ladarim alecha v'rachamim, Uvtuvo mehadesh b'chol yom tamid, Ma'aseh v'reshit, Ma'rabu ma'asecha Adonai, Kulam b'chokma asita, Malal haaretz kinyanecha, Titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al meorei or she'asita, yifarucha selah, or Kadash al Tzion Ta'ir, v'nizkeh kulanu mehira orot, Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hamorot. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'kol nafshecha u'kol me'otecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Elohim mitzavecha hayom al levavecha V'shinatam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, b'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlektecha v'derech, uvshokbecha uvkumecha, upshartam leot al yadecha, v'hayu totafot b'neinecha. Uktaktam al mizvot beitecha uvisharecha leman tiskeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kedoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzei etchem Me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem le'elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem. Slavery is not only a problem of the past. When we think only of ourselves, we are slaves to selfishness. When we are hateful to others because of who they are, we are slaves to prejudice. When we crave what others have, we are slaves to greed. When we always have to be right or the winner, we are slaves to false pride. When we are afraid to speak out against something we know is wrong, we are slaves to fear. Oh God, help us to know true freedom. Torah
עמך יהודה וישראל. לא עלינו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Adonai, Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Velohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Velohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, L'man Shemo B'hava, Melech Ozer Yoshia Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mekayeh Hakol Ata Ra Lehoshia, Morid HaChatal, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mekayeh Hakol Berachamim Rabim. Somech Nofalim Verofei Kolim Umatir Asurim Umekayem Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umidomelach Melech Memit Umechayeh Umatmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Ata L'chayot Hakol Baruch Ata Adonai Mechakei Hakol.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה אל זה ואמר,
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melo kol haaretz, Kivodo.
Adir, Adirenu, Adonai, Adonenu, Ma'adir Shimcha bechol haaretz.
Baruch Kivod Adonai, Mimkomo.
Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu, hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu, vehu Yashmienu, verachamav leinei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem,
Yimloch Adonai leolam, Elohai Yitzion, Ledor vador, Hallelujah.
נצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש. Shabbat
Hamdat Yamim Oto Karata
Shabbat Yisnehu L'malachutcha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Yorei Onei Shabbat Yisnehu L'malachutcha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Yorei Onei Shabbat
Zeher Lemase Lemase Bereshit
Shabbat
Zeher Lemase Lemase Bereshit
Shabbat Yisnehu L'malachutcha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Yorei Onei Shabbat Yisnehu L'malachutcha Shomrei 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 Shabbat Yorei Onei Shabbat Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
We now take time for silent prayer.
come now to Seder Kriyat Torah LeShabbat, the service for the reading of the Torah on Shabbat morning. Our tradition tells us that our people experienced slavery and servitude in Egypt, and they had the audacity, we call it the chutzpah, to imagine a better place in a promised land and to walk towards that promise together. And along their path and their journey, they stopped at a place called Mount Sinai, where tradition tells us our people received the Torah and the teachings of our tradition, not just for the generation that existed in the desert, but for all future generations. And the guarantee that this was going to be a gift for all future generations was that we took the Torah and the knowledge of the Torah and passed it l'dor v'dor from generation to generation into the arms of our young people. The guarantee was that the Torah wasn't just something that was studied by scholars and sages, by rabbis or by cantors, but it was actually passed from parent to children, to making sure that our young people are able to walk with the values of the Torah and how they live their lives. Every Shabbat morning and every time we read the Torah, we reenact that sacred moment that happened thousands of years ago. We reenact it by taking the Torah out from our virtual Mount Sinai, our ark right here, and literally and figuratively passing the Torah from generation to generation into our young people's hands. There are a lot of people that I need to invite to make this happen. So, first, to come forward to help open the ark, I have Maya Lutwick and Zev and Davida Diener, and Rafi and Zane Mir, and Roxy in green and Isabel Newman. You will all come up. These doors are really heavy. We need a lot of people, okay? And then to undress the Torah, Ariel Mir and Nina Green, if you will also come up and come stand right over here back towards the chairs. And everyone who's coming up, you're going to come stand right behind me. Come stand right over here by me, behind us. All right, Lyla and Sam, I'm going to invite the two of you to go down and get in place for your families to come join you. For Lila's family, of course, Andrew and Lily, if you will come forward. And Mel and Brenda Coen and Steve and Susan Coen. And for Sam's family, Larry and Suzanne, as well as Howard and Vicky and Rachel and Casey and Zach and Molly, if you will all come forward. Okay, there's no more room up here, okay? So we're going to invite everyone else to please rise as we take the Torahs from the ark. Sam and Lyla, take one step off of the bima for 1 second. Go ahead and perfect. All right, now turn to Sam. You're going to turn to your left. Lyla, you're going to turn to your right. Oh, good. You know your left from right. And you're going to take a moment and take a look at your parents and your grandparents and the generations before you. Make sure that you are able, and if you can't see their faces immediately, just come walk around to make sure. Yeah, go ahead. Make sure that you take a moment to see the faces of your family members here. It's not every day that you have your family members aligned before you like this. And each of them have helped to make sure that the values of this Torah, the values of our tradition, are something that you can hold. Now, I'm going to ask you to stand back in place as we pass the Torah into your arms.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
I want to talk about my Torah portion called Parashat Tazria. It teaches us about treating everyone equally and seeing them as created in the image of God. We are supposed to love everyone, even if they are different from us. In this Torah portion, we learn about a skin disease called sara'at. If someone had it, they had to be quarantined and excluded from the community until they got better. But the important thing is that everyone who had it was treated the same, no matter of their social status, popularity, or wealth. We also learn about the offerings and sacrifices that people had to bring to the tabernacle. Even the poor were expected to bring offerings, and there were adjustments and special rules to help them. This means that everyone, no matter how rich or poor, could participate. Finally, my Torah portion talks about how women were considered impure after they gave birth or had their period. I don't think that's right because women can't help these things, and they're necessary for having babies. The challenges of childbirth should be appreciated instead of the woman being seen as impure. Even though we don't offer animal sacrifices anymore, we can still respect and value what each person brings to the world. We can treat others with kindness and compassion, and we can work towards a world where women are treated equally and valued for what we can do. Shabbat Shalom.
For the first Aliyah, I'd like to invite forward Vicky and Howard Newman and Larry and, excuse me, wrong group of people, excuse me about that. Okay, pretend that did not happen. For the first Aliyah, I'd like to invite forward Steve and Susan Coen, Connie and Edgar Angel, and Brian and Sarah Fata. Sorry about that.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bochar banu mikol ha'amim. V'notan lanu et Torah. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Vayedaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. Daber el bnei Yisrael lemor. Isha ki tazria v'yalda zachar v'tama shivat yamim ki mei midat devota titma. Uvayom Hashemini Yimo Bisar Orlato.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'chayi olam nata b'tocheinu.
Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Amen. We say Yasher Koach, which means, everyone say Yasher?
Yasher.
Say Koach. Say Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach means keep up the strength, or in Charlotte, North Carolina, we say keep pounding. So keep up the strength for honoring Shabbat and for honoring the Torah and for being in Lyla's life in a way that is so meaningful. We say keep up the strength, and of course we want you to give her a big hug as you stand on the other side of the bima. So come over and give her a big hug. For the second Aliyah, Andrew and Lily.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamavarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Ushaloshim yom, ushaloshet yamim. Teshev bidmei Torah. B'chol kodesh lo tiga. Ve'el hamikdash lo tavo. Ad milot yemei Torah. V'im nikeva teled. V'tamea shivu'ayim kinidata. Ushaloshim yom, ushaloshet yamim. Teshev al demei Torah. Uvimlot yemei Torah. Livein o levat tavi. Keves ben shinato le'olah. Uven Yonah otor lechatat el petach ohel moed el hakohen.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen. And we say Yasher Koach. Yasher Koach. For honoring Torah and honoring Shabbat, bringing up great kids in our community. We say keep up that strength and give her a big hug.
It is our privilege, Lyla L. Coen, to call you as a bat mitzvah to the Torah. Ta'amud Livia Eliana bat Abraham Liliana Haba Mitzvah la Aliyah la Torah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
V'hi krivo lifnei Adonai v'chiper alecha v'tahara mimekor damecha zot Torat hayoledet lazachar ola nekeva v'im lo timsa yada deise v'lakecha shite torim o shene b'nei Yona echad le'ola ve'echad lechatat v'chiper alecha hakohen v'tahera. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'kayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. And we say Yasher Koach for honoring Shabbat and honoring the Torah, for becoming a bat mitzvah in our community today, for leading us in services and for reading from the Torah and teaching us something. Keep up the strength. Yasher Koach, a beautiful, beautiful. Go give them another hug, I know.
I want you to walk with me down memory lane. Remember social distancing? Remember quarantine? Fun times, right? Remember the parties and get-togethers that were canceled when people had a slight cold or cough? During the height of COVID, we all had to take many steps to ensure that other people didn't get sick. Instead of seeing people in person, we FaceTimed and Zoomed. For about a year and a half, we regularly wore masks to not contract the virus or give the virus to someone else. If someone in our families got sick, we had to quarantine. We had to be especially careful around people who could really get sick. The COVID pandemic has taught us the importance of taking personal responsibility for our actions to protect ourselves and those around us. We've learned to wear masks, quarantine, and practice social distancing to prevent the spread of the virus. These actions are reminiscent of the purification rituals described in the Torah portion Mitzvah, which outlines the steps for becoming pure after being deemed impure due to a specific affliction like a very contagious skin disease. Jewish scholars and rabbis have discussed the meaning of the afflictions described in Mitzvah, and some suggest that they were given by God as a punishment for sin, particularly slander. According to this interpretation, the isolation required during the purification process was necessary to prevent the person from causing harm to their community through their actions. Once they had time to reflect and make changes, they could rejoin the community. We shouldn't blame those who are sick for being sick. We can't assume that if someone had a scaly skin infection, that they had participated in slander, or that someone who had COVID had done something that was irresponsible. But Mitzvah also teaches us that we must take responsibility for our actions and avoid causing harm to others. While the purification steps described in the Torah are not currently applicable, the principles behind them are still relevant today. We must take steps to protect ourselves and others. And we must also learn how to welcome back those who had to quarantine. During the pandemic, we have seen how our actions can impact others in profound ways. We have also had to learn to have empathy for those who make choices that we don't necessarily agree with. And we have had to make sacrifices to protect those around us. In doing so, we are living out the lessons taught by Mitzvah. As we emerge from the pandemic, we can continue to apply the lessons of Mitzvah to our lives. We can take personal responsibility for our actions and work to heal our communities in all ways. We can strive to understand and empathize with those around us, and we can always be willing to give people a second chance, even when we initially disagree with their choices. By doing so, we can create a better world for ourselves and those around us.
Well, now I would like to invite Vicki and Howard Newman and Larry and Suzanne Lutwick, if you will come forward. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'charbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe ve'el Aharon lemor. Ki tavo'u el Eretz Canaan asher ani notein lahem la'ahuza v'natati negasarat beveit Eretz ahuzatem. Uva asher lo habayit vehigid lakohen lemor kenega nirali babayit.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam b'matav v'zochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. And we say Yasher Koach for honoring Torah, for honoring our community, for, of course, supporting Sam in his journey in life. Keep up the strength and come give him a big hug. For the fifth Aliyah, I'd like to invite forward Zachary and Molly.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hambarach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'charbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
V'tziva hakohen ufinu et habayit. B'terem yavo hakohen לראות את הנגע ולא יטמע כל אשר בבית, ואחר כן יבוא הכהן לראות את הבית, וראה את הנגע, והנה הנגע בקירות הבית שכערורות ירקרקות, או אדם דמות, ומראיהן שפל מן הקיר. ויצא הכהן מן הבית אל פתח הבית, והזכיר את הבית 7 ימים.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'hayolam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And we say Yasher Koach, keep up the strength for honoring Torah and honoring Shabbat and raising awesome kids in our community. And of course, give him a big hug.
All right, Samuel, Breyer, and Lutwick, we are so pleased to call you as a bar mitzvah to the Torah. Ya'amod Shmuel Baruch ben Zachariah Eitan v'Malka Ilana ha-bar mitzvah la'aliyah Torah.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'shav hakohen bayom hashvi'i, v'ra'ah v'hine pasa hanega b'kirot habayit, v'tziva hakohen v'chiltzu et ha'avanim asher bahei hanaga v'hishlihu eten el mihutz la'ir el makom tameh. Ve'et habayit yaksia mibayit saviv v'shafu et ha'afar asher hiksu el mihutz la'ir el makom tameh. V'lahu avanim aherot ve'hiviu el tachat ha'avanim, ve'afar aher yikach v'tah et habayit. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And a very loud Yasher Koach. Sam, for honoring Shabbat and Torah in our community, for teaching us beautifully from the words of the Torah, for chanting beautifully and leading. Keep up the strength. What a beautiful job you've done today. Mazel tov. Whenever we read the Torah, we think of those in our community who are also in need of healing of mind and body and spirit and soul. And the names of people in our community that we're thinking about are going to go onto the screen. And we're going to invite people to add names that you're thinking about, people that might be at home or in hospital rooms, or maybe they're right next to you, to say their name either out loud or in your heart, so that we may, as a community, pray for them, and that our prayers can act as a mirror to us, to remind us to call and to bring food over and to go to the hospital and to help people who are also in need. So as my eyes go around the room, I invite you to say the names of people that you're thinking about, either out loud or silently in your own heart, and we'll add all the names that are on the screen and pray for them as one community. Baruch atah Adonai rofeh olim. Blessed are you, O God, who supports and comforts those in need.
Mishabera avotenu mikor haberaha limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishabera imotenu mikor haberaha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
It's my pleasure to invite forward Mitch Gardner, who's been preparing his whole life for this moment, and to come lift the Torah, and Jenna Gardner and Amelia Coen to come dress the Torah. So please come forward. And I ask the congregation to please rise. We're going to go dress right over there. Is that okay? Great. A little higher. A little more top. And then up over the lip.
V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai beyad Moshe. Yalai lai la la lai, yalai lai la la lai, yalai lai yalai yalai la la lai, yalai lai la la lai, yalai lai la la lai. Ya lai 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 ya la 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 lai ya lai ya la lai ya la lai la la lai la la lai ya lai la 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 lai ya 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 lai lai la la lai ya lai lai la la lai 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 ya lai ya la 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 lai ya lai lai la la lai ya lai lai la la lai ya lai lai ya lai ya la 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 lai ya lai la la lai ya la lai la la lai la la lai ya lai la 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 lai ya 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 lai lai la la lai ya lai lai la la lai ya lai lai ya lai ya lai lai ya lai.
On Shabbat mornings, we read Haftarah, and Haftarah, contrary to the belief of many young people, does not mean half the Torah. The Haftarah is an additional reading of the Torah that we add to the Torah portion, which all comes from the books of prophets. And in truth, there were times, and I think it's important considering that we just observed the Memorial Day of Yom HaShoah, it's important to remember that there were times and places where Jews were not allowed to read the Torah, that we were forbidden to read from the Torah. And so what our rabbis did is that to sort of skirt around those prohibitions of us reading the Torah, they connected the Torah to other prophetic texts in the Hebrew Bible that carried forth the same types of messages that are in the Torah portion. And so the way that we continue to live with a little resilience in our lives and a little resistance in our lives as well was by adding these words of haftarah. And it's a good reminder about resistance and resilience and renewal, which the haftarah itself represents.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar binvim tovim, v'ratza v'divrehem hane'emarim be'emet, baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'Torah, u'Moshe avdo, Yisrael amo, unvin vie ha'emet b'tzedek. But when Elisha, the man of God, heard that the king of Israel had torn his clothes, he sent the king the following message. Why have you torn your clothes? Let this man come to me, and he will learn that there is a prophet in Israel. So Naaman came with his horses and chariots and waited for Elisha at the entrance of the house. Elisha sent him this message, Go bathe 7 times in the river Jordan, and your flesh will be purified and return to normal.
This made Naaman angry, and he left, saying, I thought he would come out and stand here and call out in the name of the Eternal his God, and wave his hand at the spot and cure the disease. Aren't the waters of the Amanah and the Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel? Can't I wash in them and be purified? So he walked off in a fury. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Sor Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Sor kol amim, Sadik b'chol hadarot, Hayo hane'eman, Hayomer ve'yoseh, Hamdaber umkayim, Shekol devarav emet v'asedek, Al haTorah ve'al avodah ve'al hanvi'im ve'al yom haShabbat, Hazeh shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnuha v'lechavod u'tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anaknu modim la, umvarchim otah yitbarak shimha, b'fi kol hai tamid leila ba'ed, baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
I want to say how grateful I am that y'all are here with me on this Shabbat, on the day I'm becoming a bat mitzvah. Your being here means the world to me, and I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to my partner, Sam Lutwick. Mazel tov, Sam, to you and your family. You did an amazing job. Thank you to all my friends for making me laugh, supporting me, and making school more bearable. Blake and Bryn, thank you for moving back to North Carolina. You're like sisters to me. Your presence in my life brings me so much joy, and your kindness and warmth are truly heartwarming. Bubby, thank you for being my rock and supporting me through everything. Your homemade challah is the best, and your Shabbat candles make everything feel so cozy and full of love. Papa S., since we don't want to advertise at Temple, thank you for the pizza from that place that rhymes with Pizza Mutt. Sharing the pizza and talking always brings a smile to my face, and I love spending time with you. Your laughter and kind heart are truly special. Papa E., thank you for always being there for me and supporting me. Your dedication and guidance are so inspiring, and I'm grateful for the time we spend together. Tuta, you're the best. Thank you for always listening to me and for being there through thick and thin. Your love and support mean the world to me. Amelia, even if we don't always agree, you're the best little sister anyone could ask for. You're so pretty, and your energy and joy for life are infectious. I'm lucky to have you in my life. Theo, you're the best little brother ever. Jumping on the trampoline with you is always so much fun, and your laughter and energy are contagious. Mommy, your sense of style is amazing, and your support has helped me so much. I'm grateful for the jobs you give me and the lessons you teach me. You're the best. Daddy, your love and guidance have helped me become the person I am today. Our pizza that we get on Sundays, also from Pizza Mutt, are always the best, and I cherish our time together and the memories that we make. Mommy and Daddy, please come join me on the bima.
You did it. Lyla, your mother and I are so proud of you to be called to the Torah and become a bat mitzvah. This moment in your life is the one that most deeply defines the Jewish people. You are now a link in an unbroken chain of thousands of years of Jewish tradition. Not only that, but I promise the lessons learned through this process will stay with you the rest of your life and guide you to success. This is the culmination of years of hard work, years of learning, years of religious school and Hebrew school. I know it wasn't always fun or easy or really what you wanted to do sometimes, but you did it, and baby, you did an amazingly beautiful job. So I pray to the Lord our God that you take the lessons of this journey in your heart and you pass it along to your children, and they pass it along to their children, and so on. I think I can speak for your mother and I both when I say this. You have embarked on this journey with the strength, the stubbornness, and independence of an adult, which really shouldn't be surprising given that you arrived 10 days late. You taught yourself to read, to ride a bike, and to swim. I mean, you wouldn't even allow us to help at all, not one bit. Your first couple years gave you some real life challenges, but you were such a fighter. You taught your mother and I what real strength looks like, and we thank you for that. We love you so much, and we're so proud of you.
I know this bat mitzvah journey has not always been easy, but you've made it look easy with your secret hard work and your strong will. I'm so thankful I got to be your mom, and I pray to God that he continues to guide you in life with strength and positivity. I pray that you never lose your joy for life, your empathy for others, and your ambitious spirit. You have a very bright future ahead, and we cannot wait to see what you do.
I'm incredibly grateful to everyone who has helped me reach this significant moment. To my bar mitzvah tutors, my Shabbat class, and the clergy, I cannot thank you enough for all the support and guidance you have given me in preparation for this day. I also want to extend a big mazel tov to Lyla Coen and the Coen family for sharing this day. Lyla, you did a great job. To all my aunts, uncles, cousins, and family friends who traveled to celebrate with me, your presence means the world to me, and your unwavering support encourages me to be my best self. To my grandparents, Coco and Papa, I thank you for your constant kindness and love. Spending time with you is always a pleasure, and I cherish our moments together, especially when I visit you in Chicago. To my grandpa and auntie, I love spending time with you, exploring town, and having fun together. I appreciate all the wonderful memories we've made, and I look forward to making more. Maya, I love you, and I'm grateful for your support and companionship, even when we don't always see eye to eye. You're an essential part of my life, and I appreciate you more than words can express. Mom, I love your kind and outgoing nature, and I appreciate how you are always there for me. Your unwavering support and being my personal coach for working out are just some of the ways you show your love for me. I cherish all the fun things we do together. Dad, you are a hardworking, supportive, and caring father. I admire the values you instilled in me and cherish all the things we enjoy together. Without all of your support and encouragement, I would not be the person I am today. Mom and Dad, please join me on the bima.
Sam, words can't properly describe the sense of pride and happiness that your mother and I are feeling today, joining you on the bima at your bar mitzvah. We have been anticipating this occasion from the day you were born. It feels as if it has arrived much sooner than it should, though we know the time is right as tomorrow is your 13th birthday. Over the last 13 years, we've had the pleasure of seeing you grow into an amazing young man. You have a tremendous drive to accomplish your goals and be your best. Though sometimes life will throw a curveball, you have shown us that you have the strength and perseverance to overcome any obstacle that is before you. Whether at school with academics or on the field as part of an athletic team, you always expect the best from yourself and have been able to give that effort time and time again. More impressively, you're constantly moving the bar higher for yourself, always setting new goals to replace the ones that you've currently met. We're impressed by the qualities that you've developed and how you have begun to define yourself. You're kind to all and appreciate the diversity the world has to offer. You can empathize with those around you, and you have a real understanding of how you can impact others in a positive way, helping and supporting those who need it. You have shown the ability to both lead and to work with others as part of a team. You speak your mind and contribute thoughtfully to any conversation. For your bar mitzvah project, you participated in several activities aimed at bettering the environment and sustainability of our planet. You've expressed joy in these activities to help preserve our Earth's beauty and needed resources, especially food for all generations to come. Today, at your brunch, folks will notice the centerpieces, which are made up of food items. These will be donated to Jewish Family Services to provide for families who may be having a tough time and may be experiencing food insecurity.
Sam, your Jewish identity is very strong. You have expressed love and pride for being Jewish and learning about your culture, and you have a solid foundation for a lifelong love of Judaism and our community. As a bar mitzvah, you will now have more responsibility and time. Life is not always easy, but we will always be here to support you when you need it. When you face something in life that is a challenge, please remember to be true to yourself. Don't be afraid to follow your heart and to stand up for what you believe in. We love you and are so lucky to share this day with you. We love you.
Andrew and Lily, if you'll join us as well. And I'm going to invite forward Rabbi Ronnie Friedman. Rabbi Friedman, if you'll come forward. And I ask the congregation to please rise. Sam and Lyla, before you is the Torah. And you had an amazing opportunity this week to see these Torah scrolls being restored, letter by letter, right? And it was cool to, right before your rehearsal, to walk into the room where the sofer was, we're fixing the Torah scrolls, and to see them laid out, and to see all the letters of the scroll. And what's also incredible is that some of these scrolls, including the one that's right here in the middle, that's 300 plus years old, older than our country, right? And yet, this is a Torah that you have learned and that you have held and that you have taught us, I think, an important lesson. And that lesson is that when we touch the Torah, it has a way of touching our lives. The values of the Torah are ones that you live by each and every day, of living with gratitude and compassion, of caring deeply for our planet and our world and for others around us, for having a sense of humor and recognizing the resilience that comes about through walking in life with community around you. In our tradition, One of the oldest prayers that we have is called Birkat Coenim. It's at the center of the Torah. And that prayer is a prayer that priests would say to our people, but it's a prayer that ultimately that parents give to their children. So I want you to take a moment in mindful awareness of the gifts that the two of you have, the mindful awareness of what you have done today, and the way that the Torah has touched your lives and that you will continue to touch the world through the ways in which you live. Take a moment, just close your eyes. I'm going to invite your parents to place their arms onto you. As Cantor Thomas chants the Birkat Coenim, Rabbi Friedman and I will translate, and after each and every stanza of the prayer, we're going to say the words, Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will, so we'll all participate in this blessing. So everyone say, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Now put that together, Ken Yehi Ratzon.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May Adonai bless you and keep you.
Ken Yehi Ratzon.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's radiance shine upon you and be gracious to you. Ken Yehi Ratzon.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom.
May the Spirit of God move within you. May God grant you the most precious blessing we know, the blessing of wholeness, of integrity, of harmony and peace.
Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will. And let us all say,
Amen.
We continue with the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach, which are found on the screen.
Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon hakol, la'teit gedula liotzer bereshit, shelo asanu kegoyei ha'arasot, velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama, shelo sam chelkeinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu kore'im, u'mishachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, malchei hamelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol haaretz, bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad.
You may be seated. In Jewish tradition, we recognize that life is a layered experience. That as we celebrate the joys of life, we also recognize that there are people in our lives who are no longer living, but whose memories are absolutely here, whose memories continue to guide us and shape us. people who died at this season in years past, those who we have drawn into our hearts as our own. Living is a layered experience, and to celebrate means also to acknowledge the losses that we have lived and the ways that we continue to live with their memory. Our congregation's custom is to stand as the name of your loved one is read. We're in the period of Shloshim, the first 30 days after the deaths of Robert Buckholz, James Robert Brock Sr., Ellen Dermatt, Paula Dickstein, Sheldon Friedman, Miriam Adina Garson, Leon Levine, Kendall Ross, Rachel Reisner Selden, and Emery Zaba. We remember with sympathy and sadness the yahrzeits, the anniversaries of the deaths of Joseph Arroyo, Judith Berkowitz, David Berkowitz, Donald Blanchard, Gabe Borchardt, David Bramlett, Neil Califf, Claire Rosenberg Coen, Marie Cox, Doris Day, Nicholas Dopkin, Esther Dreyer, Meyer Ellman, Miriam Fileski, Nathan Glickman, Rhoda Goldberg, Leo Goldfarb, Reba Goodman, Arthur Gordon, Alexander